Hey YouTube, Fired Up Trucker here. And day 2 of the day cabbing, city training thing that I've been doing to get ready for my CDL. Gonna try and keep it positive. Anyway, so a couple things happened today. Very first thing is that did some highway driving. Actually, for a day like today, quite a bit of highway driving. We actually took off and took one of the trailers to get the reefer unit fuel filled up to a truck stop. So, went to Love's and, excuse me for 1 second, it's official. It's freaking official. I got my first points card today. Comes with the little key fobs too, which I'll probably never use, but I might hang them somewhere. Anyway, so I guess once you're out there on the road and you're getting fuel, you do your gas card and it'll ask you for your Love's card. You swipe your Love's card and builds up points, builds up dollar amounts, builds up whatever it builds up. Okay. Basically, they're paying you for you joining their list. That's really all it is, and to get you to frequent their establishment. So anyway, got my Love's card. So I need to get all the other ones, you know, Petro, TA, Flying J, whoever's got them. Get hooked up with that. So that was a positive. I drove a little bit on the highway the day that I went in school. I only got to drive once at the school. Got my camo farmer's hat or trucker's hat on today. Whatever. And so I did a little bit of highway drive. He took, did some highway driving there. And, of course, I was driving a standard. It was an 8-speed Volvo we were driving. And full sleeper cab and everything. So the day cab was different. But it's automatic. And so we went, I don't know, it was probably 10, 15-mile trip each way. It's a good time. And enjoyed it. To get out, pulled into my first truck stop, pulled into my first fuel island. So, and got the card. So we got that done. Man, I'm telling you, this is really only my third day of driving an 18-wheeler and only my second time being on the highway and only third day of even being on, the residential type business 2 and 3 lane roads. People in cars. Oh my God. I told Terry, I said, Terry, I've never driven like that. Not even when I was 16 years old. Would I just shoot in front of a semi-truck with no blinker, no nothing, like I got to get over or my life's going to end. Well, your life's going to end if you F up because we can't stop those things on a dime. Anyway, the things that I've seen already, and I've been on the road 3 days. Wow. I can't imagine what you see once you're out there full time, every day, day in, day out. It's got to be just... We have to be the best drivers on the road, the best defensive drivers. We have to drive for everyone else, basically, is what they say. So, you really learn quick. So, anyway, got the highway driving there. And then at the end of the day, we went and took our last loaded trailer, picked up an empty trailer, and then took that all the way to the Hutchins terminal. So I got to do that. Little stressed out today on backing. Here's the deal. Terry's great. I've learned a ton of stuff from Terry. What have I learned? Well, I'm driving an automatic. Never drove an automatic before, so I'm used to the automatic and how it pulls loaded and unloaded. I'm coupling, uncoupling. I'm doing, letting the landing gear down all the way. I got that freaking thing down good. I mean, good, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. That's all you got to remember. It's the same thing as you're turning a screw, right? Make sure you got it in high gear so you're not doing 15 times the work in low gear. Pulling the fifth wheel pin, pulling it out, up, and way out, and hooking it up. Finally got that today. Did it like 3 or 4 times. Not an issue. Coupling, uncoupling, the glad hands, electrical, all that stuff. I never did before the last 2 days. So, I mean, that's just stuff that I'm comfortable with now as far as I know what it is. I know how to do it. I know how to operate it. Might not seem like a big deal, but it is a big deal. Here's where my issue is coming in. Love learning all that stuff. Love the driving. Love the highway driving. Getting that time in the seat. Didn't really get... How can I say this? And I'm not whining about it. I don't want it to come across like that. You have to understand where I'm coming from. I'm taking my test next Wednesday, and I'm not practicing in a manual. I'm not practicing on one of the 8 speeds. I'm in a freaking automatic. But I still love the seat time and, turning and stuff. But once again, it's a freaking day cab. Now, my question is this, that I'm going to ask the guy at the terminal tomorrow. Okay, let's talk about my test day. Am I going to be driving an automatic day cab, an automatic full-size truck? Is it going to be a manual truck? If you want me to test an automatic, and then what? I mean, I don't know. I don't think that Knight or most trucking companies even want you to test out in an automatic, even though they all say they're going automatic for fuel reasons. But I mean, if they want me to test out in one, then I know that my over-the-road trainer is going to have an automatic, and I'm going to get an automatic when I get out, then I don't care. I can get a manual later if I want. I mean, whatever. But I just don't know. And I feel like I really don't need to be spending from 4:30. I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? I'm at the terminal by 4:30, and we have not gotten started and left the terminal because these trucks run like 24/7, right? When we bring it back to the yard, someone else takes it and runs trailers all night and runs these loads. So my question is, am I... I mean, it's a lot. I mean, I know out on the road it's not easy, but here's the deal. This isn't supposed to be my over-the-road training. This is supposed to be city driving, whatever, and I'm getting that. It's automatic. It's a day cab. Time on the road. It's all going to culminate into the ultimate goal, right? But is it going to help me pass my test when I don't know what I'm testing in? Is it going to be a manual? I've driven a manual one time in the last 7 or 8 years, which was a couple weeks ago, my very last day at the CDL school. Is my shifting going to be smooth enough to pass? I'm not worried about taking right-hand turns. I'm not worried about pulling up to a stop sign. I'm not worried about doing the straight line back and the blind side parallel park. It's not a problem. If I screw that up, then I don't deserve to have my CDL. What I don't want to get, lose it for is not being able to concentrate on the driving because my shifting's sucking. I mean, I was doing good. Let me not even say good. I was doing here's the thing. I was the only person, how do I say this? I don't want to go there. What I want to say is this. Could I pass? Yeah, I could probably pass. I don't know what the system is. I think that I know what the route is for Garland and what they make you do, what they have you do. I'm not at all concerned with the air brake test. Not a problem for me. If I end up having to do some kind of a safety pre-trip or any kind of a pre-trip, I don't have a problem with that. I'm fine with that. What I got a problem with is having them show up or have me go in a truck that I haven't freaking driven ever, and there's no time to drive it that day before. I mean, the freaking test is at 8:20 in the morning. It's gonna be a show just to see if it all really comes together and happens. I mean, I don't know. So anyway, I have basically decided to I'm not going in for the freaking third day tomorrow. I'm calling the guy at the terminal and saying, look, you need to fill me in on what's going on for my test day. Am I going to test in an automatic? Am I going to test in a manual? If I'm testing in a manual, then you better get me in a manual for the next 3 days or whatever. Or, the rest of this doesn't even matter. I'm not concerned with the driving part of it. I'm not concerned with hitting curbs or maintaining my lane and doing all that stuff. I am not concerned with that at all. I'm very, very, totally 100% comfortable. I'm not concerned with merging onto the freeway and driving down the freeway and exiting and doing all that stuff. It does not bother me. What bothers me is I don't want to fail and do bad on those things if I'm shifting and it's taking my focus away. Anyway, what's your thoughts? Because, look, I know it's not easy. After this but I'm excited about going over the road with a trainer and doing those things. The backing has been, it's just been an issue. I mean, number one, the main, today I got in some situations where there's this parking lot that we're in, this loading area and unloading area that we're in, is a long strip, like a lot of them are. You know about how narrow they are and how wide they are. This one's probably medium compared to anything. But they got freaking employee parking. Boom, 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 boom here. And every time I got the freaking back, the door that I had was right across from those freaking cars. And I was nervous as hell getting back in there, and I was getting close. I got out and looked, and trainer's like, rolling his eyes like, whatever. And I'm like, dude, I ain't going to lose my freaking job because I hit one of these cars. Now, you can either stand where I can see you and let me know if I'm okay or whatever, but I'm going to freaking get out and look. And he's over there giving me signals where he can't see where those cars are, and he can't see what I'm looking at. So that's a whole nother story. I had a guy open his hood next to me, perfectly fine, right? But he can tell that I'm struggling, that I'm a rookie, whatever, taking up all this freaking room. Then he shuts his hood, takes off. There's another like KLM truck out here. This guy was like an independent or something. It wasn't like a name brand company. And he freaking almost hit that guy, almost clipped my trailer. I literally stopped in the middle of my maneuver backing and just let him finish his bullshit, excuse my language, and get out of there so everybody could be safe. It was an older man. The guy was probably in his 60s, so crazy stuff. There was just a little bit too much real world stuff going on there that I'm really not wanting to deal with now. I'm fine with it when I'm on the road with my trainer, and that's where I expect to get into that kind of stuff. I don't have time for that right now. I don't have time for that frustration, that stress that I was feeling today, because I was ready to say, I'm freaking done. So, but basically, that's what I'm going to do. I was upset too. The end of the taking the trailer back to the yard, whole nother story there. I thought we're just taking the trailer, and whatever. And anyway, I'm not going to get into that. Might be another video later on. That part was all stressful. I love the driving. Got to go on the highway. Got to go to the truck stop. Do all that stuff. Anyway, the video's getting long. Stay fired up. Stay focused. Stay free. I'm not whining. I'm just being transparent with you guys. Letting you know what I'm feeling. Letting you know what I'm learning. Because hopefully it'll help someone. Because there's a lot to deal with when you're going through this process. And I hope it all works out. I mean, I plan on following it all the way through. But had to cool down a little bit. As soon as I got home, I jumped in the shower, just relaxed, ate, and it's late now, so I know that I'm not getting my butt up at 3 o'clock to go up there again. I mean, I just ain't freaking doing it. I mean, as hot as it was today and everything and tired, boy, I'm telling you. Anyway, running long. Get down below. Comment, like the video. Any comments, always welcome. Good or bad, hey, that's the way it goes. What else? Come over and subscribe to the channel if you want to get updated on new videos. I'm trying to put them out every day, every other day, several a week, whatever. Come over to Facebook, find me. Jim W. Hammond's my regular page. If I got too many friends over there already, at least follow it. So you see what I'm doing. Join Fired Up Truckers Facebook group. Fired up! Fired up! We'll see you on the next video. 15 minutes.